Howdy, Possum Patty here, and this is my Christmas in July Cosmic Smash book. And today I have a little yellow butterfly here because I'm going to do a nature journaling page. And it doesn't matter which page I do this on, so I thought maybe I would just go to the second page, because why not? Could do it back here, huh? Across from those flowers, but I'll stay at the beginning of the book. And I have this piece of yellow craft paper that I bought in the spring because I wanted some beautiful yellow spring colors. And I had already used a piece of this for something else, but it still fits on this page. So I'm going to do that. Yep, good fit. And I love yellow and white. So I took a piece of white lace. I was already piling things on the table when I turned on the camera. And then I pulled out some of my green leafy ribbon trim to put on there. And I just love this combination for the summer or the spring. And then for some reason, I was looking at this green and I was thinking, what else could I put on this page besides my butterfly, which I already lost. Okay, where'd it go? Here he is. And I came up with the idea to put a truck, a big green truck. You know, this table is just not big enough for this journal. And this is a truck from a calendar. You can see on the back, Mr. Possum was marking down when he mowed the yard and the fields and the pastures and different things when we lived on the farm. And I had this same exact truck, of course not in this nice of a condition. And I thought, wow, wouldn't that look nice on that yellow page with my yellow butterfly? And let me tell you the reason why I'm going with a truck and not a bunch of flowers. Because what I saw was a yellow swallowtail, a yellow tiger swallowtail butterfly. And it wasn't on flowers, it was in the middle of our dirt road. Now this is a behavior that you see with some species of butterflies, and you'll see them by a mud puddle or in the dirt that's moist or in the road, and we had a lot of rain. And these butterflies, and the males do this, they go to the dirt and they get sodium and amino acids, so they're sucking up nutrients and some fluids off of the dirt road. And what they do is, and this is very special now, they put it in a little tiny package and they tie it up with a little bow and they give it as a nuptial gift to the female butterfly of their choice, to whom they're going to marry. Well, that's a true story, but it doesn't really happen like that. They actually make these little packages that gets attached and gifted to the female along with the sperm when they mate. But it's still called a nuptial gift. And it's something that the male butterfly gives the female butterfly to help with her reproduction and her health so that they have healthier offspring. So maybe that was a little too much knowledge for some people, but it's very interesting. So next time it rains or you see a mud puddle, you might find some butterflies flying around and landing in it, and you might be wondering what they're doing. And I took a picture with my phone, and I printed it out with my little Ivy printer, and this time I put some stickers around the edge, like a border sticker, just these little pink flowers, and the butterfly in the road. And I'm going to put that on there with my journaling. And this behavior is called puddling. Like mud puddle, puddling, get it? So I'm going to put my butterfly in there. And I'm going to put my truck. And I'm going to put some border on there. And I was thinking that I should put a little bit of bling. So I get out these wonderful yellow and green Dollar Tree bling packages. I think this one was from Wanda. And I'm going to put some yellow hearts and some green bling along the edge of the page once I get my border on. And I was thinking maybe I would put some flowers in the truck. So I could cut out flowers, or I can look for some flower stickers. But what I have here on the table is some packaging with some really pretty shiny purple and pink. And I have some magazine pages. Look at this awesome color right there, turquoise, I think this is. Yeah, turquoise. And I have the security envelope, and I love this pattern. And I'm going to grab some of these papers that I've already used die cuts on, but there's plenty of space left on here for some little flowers and things. So I think what I'm going to do, because I haven't done this in a while, is just grab some of my die cuts and maybe cut out some flowers and then add them just to the back of the truck and do my little journaling there. And add my bling. Anyway, that's the plan. You know, plans can change. Oh, I can't forget my big butterfly. And my big butterfly has to go in here too. Somewhere, somehow. And we need some flowers on the back of the truck, I think. But I did have this truck, and how come I can never find anything, right? Somewhere. Aha, here it is. This is 1972. And there's my Ford truck, green. You can see it's got the same grill, the front end. And that's me. 1972. Check out the outfit, right? Bell bottoms. Long hair. And I'm poking around in the engine, probably trying to get it started. It didn't always start well. Okay, that's got to go on here too. Maybe that'll go down in the corner. I might take off some of this picture that's not the truck and just put this down here. Okay, now this is the plan. So I think you always have to think about what you're going to do first. Okay, so before I glue the background down, I need to put the border on the page. I got a lot of elements here. So I'm probably going to, I might sew that. Actually, I could probably sew the whole thing, right? Okay, I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and just stitch this on. Okay, and the time it took me to walk over to the sewing machine, which is literally 3 steps over there, I decided that I needed to glue the truck picture down because it's so big. And I decided to put a piece of yellow ribbon behind the green leaf ribbon. And you can see my zigzag stitching on there. And anything that I stitch, you can glue if you're not into sewing by hand or by machine. And I think I'm ready. Maybe I could put the butterfly on the top of there, right in the corner. But I still want to put some flowers there. So I'm not really sure where the Mr. Butterfly is going yet. But while I'm thinking about that, I will glue this down. Oh, one more thing before I even do that. Dolores gave me the great idea of putting something on the inside of the door of my first page. And this is my 4th of July and December page. And I really liked this red and gold. I thought it really matched the house and the door and the patriotic snowmen. And I still might put something else on there, but that's a start. I can always go back and add more, which I usually do. And I believe I have lots of room in this journal to add extra bling and whatever I want to add. So I'm just going to put a lot of glue on here. And I'm using my tacky glue. So the cat wanted to go outside, and she's not an outside cat, and she's not allowed outside, but she wanted to go out, so I took her on a leash when I went to get the mail, and I hadn't gotten far out of the driveway. Now our mailbox is like 0.4 miles up and back, so it's almost a quarter of a mile to the mailbox. And she climbed up on my back and sat on my shoulder like a parrot. So she was sitting on my shoulder when we saw the big yellow butterfly in the road. She was very interested in it, but she didn't want to get down. But on the way back, I made her walk part of the way on the way back. I figured that'd be some good exercise for her. Okay, this is going to have to dry. If I can press it down from this side. Oops. Gotta be careful that you get the corners glued down. If I don't do that, then they'll be bending up every time I turn the page. Got glue everywhere. Look what I just did. Big blob of glue right there. Glue, 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 glue. I got a big blob of glue over here. I put too much glue. That's my problem. Too much glue. Can I get that off? One thing about the tacky glue, I mean the Fabri-Tac, is that you can rub that off. I don't know how I could press this down because I get so much stuff on both of these pages. Just trying to get it pressed down. Okay. Alright, so far so good. Now, got my two pictures. One picture is going to go down here where I have this big blob of glue. And one's going to probably go up here where I have that big blob of glue. So we're not worried about that, are we? No. Do I want another frame around that? Maybe. We haven't decided where the big butterfly was going to go yet. Okay, and I still want to put some flowers in there, and maybe some down here. All right, so we're going to take a break from the page, and I'm going to go off camera, and with trash, magazine pictures, scraps and packaging. I'm going to cut some butterflies. What colors do I want? Pink and red, blue, green. All right, I'm gonna run these dies through my Big Shot. I'm just popping in the middle of my making flowers for the truck, just to show you this security envelope. And how fun are these? I did 3 viney leaves and 3 regular leaves. There's so much paper that we throw away. And you know what I look for? I look for colors and patterns. So like in this packaging, purple. I'm not going to throw that away. And on this magazine page, I'm looking at this color. Love it. Here's some more over here. So a lot of people look for images, but I think even before I look for images, I'm always looking for color and patterns. You know, it's the same thing when I go on a nature walk. When I'm on a nature walk, I look at leaves and I'm always looking for colors and patterns. Same. Okay, I used the purple packaging, the turquoise from the magazine, and I decided to use some of this copper and bronze color from the Bush's Baked Beans label, because I thought that would go nice with these other 2 colors. And I made way more than I need, but I'm going to throw them in the stash. I used security envelope, and I used one of these scraps of paper. Still got a little bit of room left on here, maybe to run a few more things, so I'm not going to throw that out. And what I don't use, I'm trying to build up a stash of things. Now some of these were gifted to me, like this came from Xena, because I don't have these dies. Look at this beautiful butterfly. It's going to have to go on something pretty soon. And these round pieces. I got a bubble die, so that's that. And I have some little flowers down here, but not too many pre-made. So I need to build up my stash. A couple of leaves down here. So what I don't use, I will put in there and save. So usually I keep this on the table, but this journal is such a monster that there's no room. Okay, I pulled out some papers from the scrap paper drawer. And I think I want to give my little picture a border. This is fun. I like this paper. Maybe I'll use that for both. But I have this, and this is pretty. And maybe this is too much. Too much. Excuse me. I have this deeper yellow and goldenrod. Okay, I think I'm going to make a fun frame for this, and then something for this one. I am just sitting here playing with different elements. I was talking about giving these pictures a little bit of a frame. So I might do that. I trimmed it off. Stick that down in the corner. And then I said, ooh, I'll give the sticker a little frame. And then I decided that I would do my journaling on the same paper and give that a frame. And I think maybe I'm going to go with a smaller butterfly. And then I wrote another bit of journaling. It just says cream puff, because that's what I used to call my truck. 1949 Ford and me, 1972, Trumbull, Connecticut. And now I just have to get all these things glued down. And as you can see, I'm piling up the flowers in the back of the pickup truck. I'll probably put some leaves, like so, and maybe a couple in the corner. And maybe something over here. I have these stickers from the Dollar Tree. I don't need another truck on the page, but I was looking at the hearts. The hearts are kind of cute. And maybe I'll put a little heart over there. So I guess I have some gluing to do. So I decided to put a smaller butterfly and more flowers. I think that's what I was doing there in the corner. And I still have my bling bling. Oh, I could put one of these hearts, huh? Okay, I can't worry about all that at one time. I am just going to probably go off camera maybe and just do a couple glue downs, and then I'll be back. Well, I glued down all my little journaling cards and my pictures. And what did I do? Smudge that already? Yep. Glue on my fingers, smudging stuff. And I put a piece of yellow ribbon here to sort of tie these top pieces together. And then I glued my orange butterfly here. I glued that down. This is one of those Tim Holtz transparent wings. And these dies are mostly Tim Holtz Sizzix dies that I use in my Big Shot. And so I've got to do my flowers and possibly some bling bling. And we have another storm rumbling through. It is dark, dark, dark. I hear thunder in the distance. So we're going to have to go through that again. You would not believe how many storms we've had. Well, I guess you would believe. But let's see, people make such wonderful clusters with their flowers. I'm not really sure how to do that, but I'm going to try. I guess you stack them up. I made a couple more, oops, those are my petals here, with some of these other colors here too. And I need my little pokey tool. Poke out the holes in some of these. So yesterday, Mr. Possum and I went to the beach. It was a beautiful day. And we went to the beach in Rhode Island. And you would not believe how many people were there. Bird clock, Northern Oriole. And Mr. Possum's like, he just couldn't believe how many people were there. It just tons and tons and tons of people. And when we got home, they said on the weather report that we've had rain for 14 out of the last 16 days. And so you wonder why so many people are at the beach on that day. Because basically there hasn't been very many beach days lately. All right, I'm going to start gluing some of these big ones down and then layer on top of them. Because I guess that's how it's done. Yeah, so as of yesterday, we had rain 14 out of the last 16 days. And now there's a big storm rumbling by to the north of us. And some lightning and thunder. I think there's flash flood watches for tomorrow because we're supposed to get more rain tomorrow. Mr. Possum's yelling that there's lightning. I can hear the thunder. Oh, that one was pretty close. That one was pretty close. And they make these dies so small. I guess you need the tweezers. Oops. Well, I was saying in the video that the battery was about to die and I needed to change it, so I don't know if that recorded or not because it did die. But while I was changing the battery, I just went ahead and finished gluing down all the flowers there. And I put one of these half-round pearly looking things from the Dollar Tree into the center of each one. So I don't think I'm going to put any bling on the vine. I put some flowers over there, and there's some flowers down here in the corner. And I added a heart from this pack of sort of like farmhouse stickers. Next to me, an old cream puff, the 1949 Ford pickup truck. My ex and I, we actually drove this truck from California to Connecticut. And it actually made it. Unbelievable. All right, we're going to call this page done. And I want to thank you for coming along today. And happy junk journaling. Bye-bye now.